Here are a few problems to help review adding and subtracting decimals. Thing you have to remember is adding and subtracting decimals is the same as adding and subtracting whole numbers, except you just drop that decimal straight down. So, to look at this first problem, 82 hundredths plus 4 and 21 hundredths. The first thing you're going to do is to write this vertically, and you're going to make sure that you line up your decimals. So, notice I have lined up my ones, my tenths, and my hundredths. By lining up my decimals here, that lines everything else up. Now I just simply add. 2 plus 1 is 3. 8 plus 2 is 10. 1 plus 4 is 5. And I drop my decimal. So my answer is 5 3/100. Let's try another one. 9 1/10 plus 7 21/100. Now you'll notice that I've lined up my ones and my tenths, but my top number has no hundredths. I simply annex a 0 and I have my new number, but it has the same value. Now I can add. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 9 plus 7 is 16. Drop my decimal. Now let's look at subtraction. I already have this one set up vertically, so let's start. 2 minus 7. Cannot do that, so I have to borrow. Borrow 1 from my 9, that becomes 8. My 2 then becomes a 12. 12 minus 7 is 5. 8 minus 3 is 5. 5 minus 4 is 1. Drop my decimal straight down. So my final answer would be 1 55/100. Let's try another one. Remember, decimals and money are the same thing. We add them and subtract them the same. So if I have $20.60 minus $14.35, well, 0 minus 5. It's not going to happen that way, so I have to borrow. Take 1 from my 6. That becomes a 5. And my 0 then becomes a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 5 minus 3 is 2. 0 minus 4, again I need to borrow. My 2 becomes a 1, and my 0 becomes a 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. Drop my decimal, and this time I have to make sure I have my dollar sign. So my answer is $6.25. Now, remember, we can check our work by going backwards. If I add going backwards, the 2 at the bottom should equal my top number. So let's try this. Let's check my work. So $6.25 plus $14.35. So 5 plus 5 is 10. Carry my 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. Carry my 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Drop my decimal, add my $sign. And I have now checked my work and I am correct. Make sure that you are checking all of your work. The key to adding and subtracting, whether it's whole numbers or if it's decimal numbers, is to make sure that you have your place values lined up. Good luck.